When you give your customers exactly what they're asking for, you sell more, and that is a good thing. Come on, let's talk about it. Welcome to Newsletter Guru TV, your show with a boatload of smart marketing and business building advice, and a little fun along the way.
This episode of Newsletter Guru TV is brought to you by No Hassle Newsletters, the secret to getting boatloads of more profitable repeat business and the customer referrals you deserve.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru. This is episode 100 of Newsletter Guru TV, and you know what that means. It's time for... It's always a good time for fireworks. You know, I never imagined I'd be doing a video every single week and I'd actually have 100 of them done. So this is pretty exciting. It's a big milestone. I don't know what the next one is, 1,000, 500. What do you celebrate? Not 102. But anyway, this is episode 100. And you know, I knew exactly what I was going to talk about this week. About a week ago, I was working with a small business owner and he was telling me how he was trying to look at his sales process. He has an online business actually, but it doesn't matter whether you're online or a brick and mortar business with what I'm going to share with you today. Because I think what a lot of companies do to streamline their operations, because they don't want to actually train people and all these other reasons, they really try and keep things very neat in a box. This is what we offer, this is product A, this is how we deliver it, etc. And as I spent many years in retail, and I had a different philosophy. I'd say give it to the customer the way they want it, and you're going to sell more. You'll have more customers for life, and that increases profits. So I was telling this gentleman about this video that I shot last summer. It was called Change Your Default Setting to Yes, and so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you this video, pieces of it right now, because it's very, very instructive on how you as a business owner should kind of wire your brain, if you will, and then also train your staff to always see it from the customer's point of view, do whatever you can to make it happen the way they want to have it happen. Say that fast. The way they want it to have happen. Okay, that's the 100th episode blooper that's kept in the reel. All right, so check this out. This is an episode, as I said, I shot this on my kayak, so you're going to see, it's I think it was in July of 2011, but it's still great information. Go ahead, let's roll that.
Hey everybody, Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru. I am finally out here in my kayak. It's an early July, but I am finally glad that my elbow is healed. I got clearance from the doctor to come out and paddle. I got some great ideas out here. And one of them I wanted to share with you today is called The Default Position is Always Yes. This is all about how to get more customers and keep them for life and therefore boost your profits. You know, I learned way back in the 80s in my bike shop days that there is a sales process, and when somebody gets interested in your product or service, it's not unusual for them to say, I like this, can I get it with this, or can you do it this way? And basically they're just trying to customize what you have a little bit. Now, a lot of people, staff members, you know, store personnel, owners included, a lot of times will say, this is our program, or I'm not sure. Or if they're even forward thinking and they're going to change it or edit it in some way, they're going to go, yes, but it's going to be, you know, and then they'll name a price. And that's a roadblock. That is an impediment to the sale. What I want to have you kind of retrain your brain to think about is every time you're in a sales situation or a customer service situation, if something like that comes up, I want you to rewire the old brain box to say yes. Let me give you a couple scenarios. Going back to the bike shop days, it wasn't unusual for people to want a different seat or maybe a different set of tires. Mountain bikes were real popular in the early 80s when they started coming out. And there was different tires, really knobby tires and smooth tires, and in the seats you had the kind of standard seat that the bikes came with, but then they were also coming out with aftermarket like gel saddles that were really comfortable. So it used to go something like this. Somebody would be interested in a mountain bike and they'd say, I like this, can I get this with a gel saddle? Now, some stores would say, well, this is the saddle it comes with. And again, if they were forward thinking, they go, yes, but we'd have to charge you. And then again, that's an impediment. It's a speed bump to getting them to yes and getting them to the register. Here's how I used to handle that. Can I get the gel saddle with this? Absolutely you can. And that's all I would say. And then one of two things would happen. Either the conversation would progress to the next level, whatever else they wanted, or sometimes they'd say, what will it cost me? And then I'd say, well, here's what we do. We give you a trade-in, a fair market trade-in on the seat coming off the bike, and we'll just deduct it from the price of the saddle. Are there any other changes you'd like to make for your new bicycle? Something like that. So I answered it and just told them. So when we get to the counter, we just total it up, and I used to get like a $10 credit on the saddle. Now, if you are in the hard goods business and you think, well, I'm going to end up with a box full of saddles, you will. But one of the things we used to do is we'd have these big sales, and kind of like almost like a flea market, we'd bring out all the boxes of stuff we traded in. Look, we'd put any seat in here, $5, $10, whatever. You know what? We gained a customer, we made him happy, and we took care of business. And that's one of the strategies in how we got to be one of the biggest bike shops in the country. You know, in my current business, No Hassle Newsletters, about a month ago, we had a client. Now, we do custom mastheads, so we'll actually design a masthead that will drop in the done for you templates that we provide, and it just totally customizes and personalizes the newsletter template for your business. Well, we had a client said, I am really basically hot to trot. I'd like to get my newsletter. I'd like to subscribe and get my newsletter out the door in like 3 to 5 days. It usually takes us about 7 to 10 days to design a custom masthead. He also wanted us to do some customizing of the actual template. So my staff is trained very well, and they came to me and said, Jim, this guy would like to subscribe, but he wants to know if you give him a custom masthead and layout, and can we get it done in about 2 to 3 days? And I said, absolutely we can. Yes, we can. And we didn't charge him because, you know what? We could handle it. My design team could handle it, and we put it through. We got the customer. He's happy. So, again, you could say, yeah, but we have policies and procedures and things like that, but you know what? The default position always has to be yes. I'll give you one more quick example before I keep going on my exercise here. Somebody, I think about 2 months ago actually, wanted to order 5 books and give them as gifts to people in their mastermind members. They wanted 5 copies of Stick Like Glue, but they wanted me to sign all of them and address them to the gift recipients, if you will. Now, I haven't shipped out my books in about 1.5 years. I have a fulfillment house that does that. But, you know, my assistant, Kate, checked with me, and I said, you know what, go ahead, take the order. I will get the 5 books, I'll sign them, and I'll get them back to the fulfillment house. Did it take a little bit out of my day? Yes. Did it cost me a little bit of money to get them back and forth? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. You know, we sold the 5 books, so we made our client happy, and the 5 people that were getting the books as a gift, they were happy. So listen, the default position always has to be yes. Figure out how can you always put the customer on your side, because when you do that, folks, you got a customer for life. When you got customers for life, your profits go up. All right, so whatever your business is, whether you're offering a product or a service, change your mindset. Make sure everybody that interacts with your customers, make sure their mindset is straightened out to try and change the default setting to yes, so that no matter what your customers are asking for, maybe it's a slightly different way, whatever it is, change it to yes, figure it out. Just because they ask for something, by the way, doesn't mean you got to give it to them for the same price. They just want to have it their way. There may be an upsell or an upcharge, so you figure that out, but change your default setting to yes. All right, if you found some value with what I shared with you today, and if you didn't, go watch it again, because this made me a lot of money. I had one of the biggest bike shops in the country at the time because we always gave the customer what they want. So if you found the value, then I would like you to ask you to share this with someone that you know. Share it with a friend. If you're watching this on Newsletter Guru TV, you can share it by clicking the share button, and then you can choose Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and post a comment. And if you're watching this on Facebook, click the like button. That'll make it appear on your news feed. Anyway, please post a nice comment or write me a comment. I always love hearing from you. Before the day's out, look for ways that you can add more value to what it is that you're doing for your customers. Whether you're selling a product or service, keep looking for ways to add more value. Combine this value with world-class service, and you are going to have more customers for life, and that is always a good thing. All right, before the day's out, go do something nice for somebody. Hold the door, wave them into traffic, whatever it is. This is going to be the year of random acts of kindness, or as a friend of mine said, no, Jim, intentional acts of kindness. So whatever it is, random or intentional, let's just be nicer to each other, okay? Until next episode, this is Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru. Hooray for 100 episodes! Take care, everybody!